I'm Aidan Sekerak.
And I'm Kellie Burden. Thanks for joining us today. First, we start off with a couple announcements. Have you ever eaten a hot pepper? Several members of the Windsor High School staff ate half a serrano pepper during the halftime at the basketball game recently. Now, it's their turn to shout out somebody to take on this challenge as well.
I'm Mr. Thomas, and I did the hot pepper challenge last Friday. And at this time, I would like to challenge Mr. Ross Wilbur to do the hot pepper challenge. So, Mr. Wilbur, let's see, eat that pepper.
I, Shawn Schmalzer, a teacher at WHS, have accepted and survived the hot pepper challenge. I want to invite my good friend and student, Katie Webb, to also join me in the status of immortality by challenging you to eat a hot pepper of some sort.
Hey, I'm Mrs. Syring, and if you guys were there on Friday, I stepped up and I did the hot pepper challenge for ALS, and so now I get to nominate some other people to step up to the challenge and do the hot pepper challenge. So I want to nominate Mr. Griebel, Miss Hawker, and Miss Scallon. We'll see if they're up for it.
The girls' basketball regular season is coming up to a close this week, and the Lady Wizards will begin their postseason next week. We caught up with Coach Jim Porth to see how the team is doing so far and what he expects for the playoffs as well.
The Windsor High School girls' basketball team has a record of 11 wins and 4 losses as of January 25th. Even though they have a good record each week, they have to do things to prep for games. A few of the players say they want to motivate the team, but how do they do that? They say that they like to keep it light, and that is why they play so well.
As a player, I really like to keep it positive and always just point out the good things that they're doing, because that's the best way to motivate them and just get them pumped up about the big games and our opponents.
Our team, we like to have a lot of fun, so we definitely just keep things light. We like to joke around a lot, so that usually is what gets our team going, just because that's just how we have a lot of fun personalities on our team.
The coach of the girls' high school varsity team, Jim Porth, has much success running the team, even though it's only been his second year of coaching. He says there are many things that he does to help the team win, not only mentally, but with the score too. It is important that they do good to get into state and that they stay in it to the end. Here's a bit from the coach himself.
You know, this is my second year here, and we do a lot of the same things that we've done over the last 5 or so years. So we do a lot of development stuff, a lot of skills stuff, a lot of shooting and dribbling, and we know that the game stuff is going to come, so we really want to focus and get better as the year goes on with our skills. So we do a lot of skills in our practices. You know, it's kind of similar to what we were just talking about. Their goals are really, really high. So they know that they have to bounce back from a loss. We call it next play. You got to get up and be ready for the next play. So again, they do a lot of that themselves, but it's mainly based on the fact that they want to. It's not about what happens now, it's about what happens at the end of the year.
As you can see, there are many aspects to the girls' basketball team, including getting pumped up and how they do it, or even what they focus on to win and even bounce back from losses. The girls' team has only a handful of games left before their playoff run begins in late February. For Wizard Weekly News, I'm Colton LaCroix.
On Tuesday, February 6th, the Hollie Family Tigers, ranked 11th in Colorado, and the Windsor Wizards, ranked 23rd in Colorado, met for a conference showdown in Windsor. Windsor started off strong with 20 first-quarter points. At the end of one, Windsor up 20-12 against Hollie Family. Windsor then turned it on late in the second quarter. The Wizards ended the second quarter on an 8-2 run. The score at half was Windsor 32 and Hollie Family 18. After the third, the score is Wizards 47 and the Tigers 34. The game finished the Hollie Family Tigers 44 and the Windsor Wizards 71.
I think it went really good. Hollie Family is a very good team. They're very well coached, and the Windsor girls came out and played exactly the way we needed them to play, and I feel real good. You know, we played defense really, really good. They're a very good offensive team, Hollie Family, and our defense did a great job of holding them down. we're not done, right? We've got 3 more games and then a state tournament. So continue to work on our offense and our defense, continue to get better at shooting the ball, and hopefully improve in all areas. We didn't have to make a lot of adjustments. The things we did before the game were working, so we didn't have to do a whole lot in the game. Just make sure that we were patient. 3 more games. We don't want to have any more letdowns, but we're excited. We're excited.
Oh, it did really good. From the beginning, we came with a lot of energy, and we saw that we wanted to win it. So it was a fun game. Just energy, coming out defense and offense. We wanted that win really, really bad. That would give us a good shot to win conference. So just how good it was really good. On and off the court, we were encouraging kids, and when people made mistakes, we pick them up, and that's what teams should do. And I think that really helped us win the game.
Reporting from Wizard Weekly News, I'm Matt Hanson.
Another event that recently happened here at WHS was the Knowledge Bowl. Aidan, do you think all your knowledge would fit in one bowl?
I'm not sure. Like a cereal bowl or a salad bowl?
Maybe we don't know that much about the Knowledge Bowl. Let's find out more about the Windsor High School Knowledge Bowl team.
Every year, Windsor High School hosts 20 to 30 teams for a Knowledge Bowl invitational meet. In Knowledge Bowl, the competitors answer a series of questions about various topics.
So today is our Windsor Invitational. Every year we host a group of schools, usually about 20 to 30 teams, and this is just our invitational competition, and it's the last regular season competition before regionals, which is in 2 weeks.
Previously, the team won state, but this year they have lost a lot of their varsity team and have had to pull other competitors up to varsity, which has been a challenge, but they have been doing very well.
We're the defending state champs, but we lost a lot of our varsity talent. So I've had to ask a lot of the younger folks to step up, and they've done a good job. And we're in the thick of it. 4A competition got better, and we're keeping up with it. So probably, I'd say top 3 in our region, which our region's probably the most difficult in the state.
The Knowledge Bowl members don't only compete, they also learn in the process, which is something Timothy Arledge enjoys about being part of the Windsor High School Knowledge Bowl.
Tell me a little bit about the experience. What do you guys do?
We do questions and stuff. It's really fun. It's like Jeopardy, but with teams, kind of. It's how I explain it to my friends.
What do you enjoy most about it?
I just like learning new things and trying to answer questions. I don't know, it's fun.
And were you on the state team last year?
I was not, but my brother was.
Okay. What's it been like so far this year to try to live up to that expectation?
It's been pretty well. My brother was really smart, so it's kind of hard, but yeah, it's interesting.
Perfect.
They will compete in regionals at Valley High School on February 5th, which will determine if they go to state. Reporting for Wizard Weekly News, I'm David Peterson.
In our ever-growing community, more and more people find themselves driving, whether it's to the grocery store, work, or even just to play. However, less than 1% are using environmentally friendly electric cars. Typically, electric cars come with a stigma of being more effort than they're worth. The United States leads the world in use of electric cars, and now the Windsor community is looking to invite those with electric cars to try the city's new charging stations. Take, for instance, the Nissan Leaf, one of the best-selling electric vehicles currently on the market. These and other electric-powered vehicles can now thrive comfortably in Windsor, with charging stations available at the Rec Center, Town Hall, and soon to come to 15th Street. These new charging stations are becoming more and more efficient each year, and around the town of Windsor they are free to use. Now with these new changes, this couldn't be a better time to look towards these new improvements to Windsor, and above all else, society.
We have so many talented students here at WHS to show off their talents in so many different ways. Recently, it was announced that 14 WHS students made it to the Combined League Honors Orchestra, while 28 WH students were selected to Combined League Honors Choir, the most of any school in the state of Colorado and the most that Windsor has ever had. The League Honors Orchestra had a concert coming up February 22nd at the Union Colony Civic Center.
That's pretty amazing, and Mr. Pilsner and Ms. Hochul were very pleased with the performance of their students.
Well, first of all, this is above and beyond their regular normal choir commitment, so they had to prepare a little bit for the audition, and now that they have been selected for the choir, all of their preparation has been mostly on their own. So it's above and beyond what we normally do, and that means that they are ready for that opportunity and want to represent us very well. I'm thrilled for them because they have an opportunity, number one, to be outside of our walls and see what other choral students in the region are doing, and work with a fabulous clinician from a university. She's an amazing director.
The 12th of February will be a big day at the high school, and the beam that will cap the new innovation wing of our school will be put into place at 3 p.m.
Students and staff will have a chance to sign the beam from 8 a.m. to noon, creating a sort of time capsule for the school year. The auditorium is undergoing a renovation that will add wheelchair guest seating and improved dressing room for the performers.
We caught up with Mr. Kofer, who took us through the auditorium for a tour of the new additions.
We are in the auditorium right now, and there's been a tremendous amount of activity here in the auditorium. All of the seats have been taken out, and some additional spots have been built in concrete for our patrons that are in wheelchairs and whatnot, so we've got that squared away. We've also cut in an area for the orchestra, so that way they've got a nice seating and performance space in the front for our musical performances. In addition, what was the old orchestra pit that very few people have actually seen, the true pit, that has been completely filled in with a foam and concrete, and it's ready for the stage to be put on top. In addition, all the lighting, the ceiling tiles, that's all been replaced here, and the dressing rooms were taken out. They are now framed, and above the dressing rooms used to be what's called a drop-down ceiling, so lots of wires and really unusable space. That's now been created so that way we can have some storage above the dressing rooms, and that will create some really valuable space for the theater department to be able to store props and those kinds of things during non-used times. This space, because we've added a couple of projects in here, we're actually running a little bit behind, about 2 to 3 weeks behind in this space, but that's okay because we're going to get a really nice product out of it and resolve a couple of the challenges that we didn't anticipate ahead of time. So we're really going to be in a good space with those additional 2 to 3 weeks.
That's going to do it for this week's show. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next week.